We have some breaking inputs coming in, and this is about the S.I.R exercise in Bihar. The role revision row has been reignited. Telugu Desam Party's suggestion is to strengthen the electoral roll management and enhance transparency in the electoral process. So TDP has come up with suggestions, says burden of proof lies with the Election Commission and it needs to define the purpose of S.I.R clearly. Limit exercise to only roll correction. So TDP is backing the exercise but has also added some caveats. TDP is asking the EC to communicate to voters, to clarify on this entire process. As Andhra Pradesh is not due for assembly elections until 2029, the TDP recognizes that any future S.I.R provides a valuable opportunity to ensure that the electoral rolls are updated in a fair, inclusive and transparent manner. Let me in fact go across to Soumit, who's getting us more details on that. What does that statement say, Soumit?
Well, see, one thing is very much clear. Whenever there are elections in any state, there will be several red flags, and also there will be, several, duplicate votes, and also doubling of votes. So there will be lots of, before commencing that work, there will be lots of work that the Election Commission has to do, State Election Commission and the Central Election Commission has to do. So TDP basically, because it is it has seen several elections and the leaders are very seniors in the TDP, and even Chandrababu Naidu himself has been into the elections for into the political area for around 4 decades now. So basically, after NTR has started the party, they are in the democratic framework, and this is nothing but to strengthen the democratic framework is what they have stated. So they have made some suggestions. They have backed the.
All right, Soumit, thank you for getting us the details. I am quickly shifting focus to more breaking inputs coming in. This is a massive development in the Nimisha Priya case. Is a big update. Nimisha Priya execution has been postponed. That's what top sources are telling your channel. Remember, earlier the execution was supposed to happen on the 16th of July. What we're given to understand now is nurse who hails from Kerala, Nimisha Priya, has been postponed. The top sources informing your channel about the execution of Nimisha Priya, which has been postponed. That's the big update. Let me quickly go across to Rishabh. Rishabh, this matter also reached the Supreme Court. Multiple attempts have been made to ensure that blood money is paid, that the family of the deceased accepts that, and how Nimisha Priya can escape this. And now we're given to understand the execution has been postponed. How to look at it?
Well, what we are given to understand that after the concentrated efforts by the government of India, Indian officials, it has now been confirmed that the execution of Nimisha, which was scheduled for tomorrow, 16th of July, has been postponed. Remember, we do not have a permanent mission in Sana'a, the capital of Yemen, and we do not have a mission in Yemen. Our missions in Riyadh and Djibouti have been coordinating for all consular needs for in Yemen as well. Our political officers in Riyadh, in the embassy, have been traveling to Sana'a now and then to provide consular services. Now, what we given to understand that Indian mission in Riyadh and Indian mission in Djibouti, their officers and the officers here in Delhi as well from External Affairs Ministry and other agencies have ensured that the execution is postponed. So the execution of Nimisha Priya is have confirmed 2 times now.
Well, a meeting with the family of the deceased was scheduled for today. We also have Srinjoy Chaudhary joining the broadcast. Srinjoy, diplomatically, if we are to look at it, what does this mean?
It's a diplomatic success, but a temporary success. The success would happen when she's back in India. And that is something we have to wait for. Further work is necessary. So it's work half done, really. It's a major feat that it's been postponed. But after that, all the officials in Yemen have to be brought to the table. There has to be a solution. And eventually, the final issue is getting her back to India. Now, when that happens, we will have to see. Perhaps there could be an arrangement of her serving out her sentence in India, if that is possible. All these things have to be looked at, and then we'll see how this eventually works out.
Absolutely. So you're saying it's a partial relief? Is that what we can say at the moment?
Yes, that's exactly what it is, a partial relief. Yes, it's been postponed, but we don't know when it can be, when the officials decide in Yemen that no, okay, we postponed it for a while and we are going ahead. That's something that has to be completely discounted. Now, how do you discount it? The best way of doing it is to bring her back.
Absolutely. So while the discussions are on, Rishabh, attempts, of course, are being made to delay the execution. Of course, ultimately, the aim is to save Nimisha Priya from the death sentence. Should one say and can one say the fact that the execution has been delayed means some progress has been made?
Well, if we talk about some progress has been made, yes, as the gentleman was also pointing out, that this is a temporary relief for Nimisha Priya. It has not been, it has been postponed. It hasn't been squashed, and we have to wait further to understand how things unfold from here. How much time Nimisha Priya have, that is also not clear, because the next execution date has not been fit, and it's the diplomacy at play. You know, you don't have a mission in Yemen, you do not have a ground presence, but your officers sitting in Riyadh, your officers sitting in Iran as well as Djibouti have been constantly been in touch with the rebel administration, the Houthi administration in Yemen, and you know, this showcases that how the track 2 and track 3 diplomacy comes to play. And while the hopes were very, very, very low till yesterday, even the Supreme Court said that, Center said that not much can be done from Delhi. But now the news has come in that the execution has been postponed. At least a temporary relief gives more time to government of India to understand, gives more to the action committee to negotiate the blood money as well. Remains to be seen how things unfold from here.
Absolutely. In fact, that is what the court was told to enjoy, that blood money, giving blood money, offering that was the only way to save Nimisha. The fact that the execution has been postponed at the moment, it is a partial relief, and also the fact that the next date for that has not been announced means the discussion is still underway.
Yes, that is correct. It is underway, there's no doubt about that. But we have to arrive at a decision. Because the most important thing is they will have to find a way of reducing the penalty of the crime from a death penalty to something else. And then one way of doing is okay, if it's a life sentence, for instance, if it becomes a life sentence, then India can argue that, well, the life sentence can be done in India as opposed to Yemen. So these are all possibilities. We are only speculating. The important point is that there are some options on the Indian side, and all those options need to be exercised.
Now, that is one thing, Rishabh, I want to understand from you. If the family of the deceased accepts blood money, what does that mean? Does that mean that the death sentence would become null and void, or would that mean that it is going to be reduced?
Well, see, as per the Yemen, law, if the victim's family agree to pardon the, accused or the convict, they can be let go of, and that is something that the Action Committee, the International Action Committee to Save Nimisha Priya, this is a Keralite community that has been formed to help Nimisha Priya. They have also gathered money, given that the blood money, the family of Nimisha Priya come from a very humble background. So the money has been gathered by the Action Committee as well. There have been multiple, instances of negotiations that did not, took well. A religious leader, a Grand Mufti from Kerala, also got in touch with the religious leaders in Yemen, the Sunni leaders in Yemen. They have also intervened now, is what we are given to understand. So that channel has also been opened. So if the victim's family, if Mahdi's family agree that they are ready to pardon Nimisha Priya, that's when the death sentence will be quashed.
All right, Rishabh and Srindra, stay on with us. We have former diplomat Ashok Sajjanhar joining us on the broadcast. How should we look at this development, the execution being postponed?
I think it's a very welcome development because, the Indian government had been trying for the last several months to get some reprieve for Nimisha Priya, and that unfortunately had not been forthcoming for a variety of reasons, because we don't have a diplomatic presence in that part of Yemen, where the Houthis are in charge, are in control. In Sana'a, we don't have a diplomatic presence, so it was very difficult to get through to people. Yet, informally, the Indian government did try, and many reaching out to the government, to the senior government authorities, and negotiating with them, but unfortunately it did not yield any results, because that is also an area which is at war currently. So I think what the council of the government to Supreme Court had said yesterday, that we are informed that the sentence has been held in abeyance,
Right.
but we are not very certain about it. So I think this development is a very welcome development, because then now further efforts can be made.
Absolutely. Welcome development, you're saying. Also, it means that some progress has been made in terms of the discussion, the fact that the execution of Nimisha Priya has been postponed. Thank you very much, Ms. Sajanhar. Thank you to Rishabh and Rinjoy as well for getting us inputs. Quick break with that, lot more lined up on the side.